Welcome to the Vatican Museum, one of the most beautiful and largest museums in the entire world, up there with the Louvre and the Metropolitan Museum of Art of New York. However, one of the most interesting things about the Vatican Museum is that the museum itself acts a part of the art, especially the papal apartments of Julius II, painted all around by the master painter Raphael, a contemporary of Michelangelo and of Leonardo da Vinci at the height of the Renaissance. Welcome to the papal apartments. Look around in 360 video in any direction you would like and enjoy the beautiful majesty that is these paintings by Raphael, depicting scenes from the Bible, scenes from different eras in Pope Julius's life, and also scenes from ancient Greece, which we'll see soon. Right there we see a depiction of one of the Swiss guards. Now, Julius II was a very ambitious pope, and he's the one who ended up patronizing all these very innovative artists of the time. Michelangelo being one of his very first, and then following with Raphael. Let's zoom right through here. Here we are. Prepare yourself. Now the architecture seamlessly transitions into the painting, so much so that at first glance you might think, oh wow, very beautiful reliefs all around the room. But the reliefs are only part of the room, they're not literally surrounding the room. Okay, so one of the most famous paintings ever made by Raphael that's known all around the world is the depiction of the School of Athens, which is right in the next room. But you're already starting to see these very epic scenes throughout history.
That's right.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the School of Athens, depicting all the top philosophers of ancient Greece, philosophers who inspired ancient Roman Empire, many ancient Roman emperors who adopted different philosophies, including Stoicism. We have one of the founders of Stoicism right over there. We have Socrates and Plato, depicted by Leonardo da Vinci. So the interesting thing about what Raphael did is that instead of painting the likeness that you would see from busts of Socrates, of Plato, of Aristotle, etc., he actually used the likeness of his contemporary artists of the Renaissance, Leonardo da Vinci, and right down there, the founder of Stoicism, kind of hiding and kind of all bored looking, is Michelangelo. The reason Raphael painted Michelangelo like that is because he had a rivalry with Michelangelo. He didn't like him too much. He thought he was not too deserving of the massive amount of fame he had. However, he still respected him as an artist, ultimately, deep down inside. So that's why he did include him and his likeness in this painting. However, a certain someone makes a little cameo. Let's get closer. It's very packed today. Scusi.
È vero, è vero.
Scusi. Right up there is a self-portrait of Raphael himself looking at us, the audience, for the past few hundred years. Almost kind of saying, like, see, look at the great work I did. Raphael wasn't shy. He wasn't a modest man. He knew that he was a great while he was alive, especially when it came to painting. Unlike Michelangelo, who did not see himself as a painter first, he saw himself as a sculptor, probably as an architect second. Painter came like very last. Let's get very close up, shall we? The beauties of a huge selfie stick. There we go. Another beautiful room by Raphael. And that marks the end of Raphael's paintings of the papal apartments of Julius II. Now we're transitioning to the papal apartments of Urban VIII. It's very interesting of themselves. However, most of it is being restored, so we don't have much more to see visibly. I hope you enjoyed this 360 look at the beautiful papal apartments. It's definitely worth it, especially looking at every single corner because you're completely surrounded by painting and beautiful architecture. This is the Vatican Museum. Thank you so much for watching this 360 video. If you're a supporter, thank you so much for supporting. If you're watching this a month after it's posted to supporters, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring.